Welcome to MetalGodsTV.
Hello. Yes, all right. Yeah, it's lovely. It's nice to be here. I know I'm doing Dick Van Dyke, right? It's Mary Poppins. So anyway, look, what I was saying before was we've got this great book, and it chronicles the last 40 years of the band, and it's massive, as well it should be. And this is the year of the monster, because not only do we have this book, but we also have an album coming out called Monster. And while we were over here doing press, we thought we could make good use of the time and work with Help for Heroes, which is obviously an organization for the vets. You know, every country that's free depends upon those people to keep you free. So that's the greatest national treasure you have. In the States, we gave $500,000 to a similar organization, and you owe it to these people because they've given everything to you. So we're donating a book to the cause, and hopefully we'll raise awareness. There's no liberty without these people. They sacrifice their lives, they sacrifice their limbs. You know, people say give until it hurts. Don't give until it hurts, give until it feels good. You know, you've all got a conscience, and we're tied to any country that worships freedom. And we've met with these people, think the world of them, and maybe we can raise some awareness and some money, because it's important.
Brilliant. I think we've got some chairs for you over there and some mics. You can take a seat. Brilliant, thanks. Does anyone else like to ask some questions? Anyone? Paul from Planet Rock? Go on then, what would you like to ask?
Guys, you're renowned for your merchandise throughout the years. There isn't really anything you haven't covered, from the condoms to the caskets. Where did the idea for the book come from? Was it a case of the title of the new album lent itself to this particular project?
Well, we're certainly not boring to look at. So, you know, this is a book that chronicles the last 40 years, and you know, a band that's bigger than life deserves a book that's bigger than life. So, you know, you could call it a coffee table book, but if you put legs on it, it is a coffee table.
Again, judging by the length of your career so far and looking at the size of the book, that's quite small by your standards, isn't it? Surely there's a lot of stuff that you've left out.
Well, let's say this is a beginning. You know, whenever we think we've done it all, there's always another chapter. How about this? The biggest yet, more to come. Anything's possible. Size does count. Your girlfriend's been lying.
Guys, I was just wondering, when it comes to putting a book together like this, how much input did you have to the photos that were chosen, and what was the last thing that was cut?
You know, actually the photo selection was done by the band, and we work with a great company here in the UK called First Light. They're a publisher, but it really, like Paul says, it chronicles the last, you know, the entire career of KISS, starting from the very beginning, but it's all in the live setting. All the photos are large, you know, some of them are 2-page spreads, so you've got a 4-foot by 2-foot, you know, photos they're really amazing. We just had a chance to look at it, a finished book, just a couple hours ago, and I'm really blown away. But it's the, you know, KISS in the live setting with makeup on stage and around the KISS concert. You know, you see audience shots from the audience.
The book is hand-bound.
And it's hand-bound.
You can't use a machine. This book is so thick and so heavy that the only way that it can be bound together is by hand. So it really is a collector's book. There have been others, but this eclipses all of them. You know, there certainly was the Helmut Newton book and some other, you know, hefty-sized books, but this is in a class by itself. And obviously, looking at them, you see that we pay tribute to all the countries that have helped make us what we are, and there are special editions for each one.
Tommy was a little remiss in his inferred fiduciary duty to himself. In other words, he was kind. We picked it up. We did not. This book wouldn't have been possible without Tommy Thayer, who worked his butt off, which is why he doesn't have a butt anymore, working with the fine folks here, and he spent weeks and weeks working on it, designing it with everybody, and every one of those photos were handpicked by Tommy.
And the band.
Anyone else?
So I guess, guys, what was the last photo that was cut? What didn't make it in? Was it hard to sort of let anything go?
Well, it's tough, you know, because there's tens of thousands of amazing KISS photos through the years. And this thing goes all the way up to today too, so it's very, you know, up to the current date too, to where we are in 2012. But, you know, it's hard to say. I mean, there's, you know, lots of amazing photos that didn't make it, but we try to get, you know, the cream of the crop and you know, just give the very best ones.
It's pretty stunning to see some of the photos up close because the detail is spectacular, particularly in some of the digital, you know, downloads of these photos. So it's so special that it impressed us.
Is 1,000 books enough for all your fans?
Well, we're doing 1,000 of this version. We're trying to be a little sort of polite going into it. We know that we know the world's a big place, but let's put it bluntly: it's not a cheap book because it's hand bound, hand put together. It's the Rolls Royce of books. We'll see how many people want them, and we'll figure all the details out later. You know, we're not really great planners. It always seems as if KISS has got all, you know, all the sort of master plan all figured out. We really don't. We sort of take it as it comes and then react to what our fans want, our bosses.
Anyone? Is that it? More questions? Is that hand at the back there? No? Sorry.
Hi. I was just wondering, if you look back at your career, what kind of photos stand out for you? Like even ones and the ones that didn't.
Sorry?
Sorry, like looking back at your career, what photos stand out for you?
Well, all of them. You know, I mean, there's nothing in that book that each one of us doesn't remember. You know, we're lucky. You know, some people don't remember the 70s or don't remember the 80s. You know, we lived them and we remember it. You know, there are other bands who are clueless as to what they've been doing the last 20 or 30 or 40 years, but not the case with us. If it was worth doing, we remember it.
Just a question from Australia. Is this the best cover?
It's the best Australian cover, for sure.
Are there any photos from Australia that you remember?
I think there might be.
Will you look for yourself in the crowd? Is that?
You plan to look at it upside down.
Hello there. Are there any contributions from any of the former members of the band as well? You know, you've had a variety of lineups through the years.
Sure, of course. You know, we're proud of every aspect of this band. And as far as former members, certainly as far as the original, you know, four, we wouldn't be here without those other two guys. We couldn't be here if they were still with us. But, you know, we're here because of them and in spite of them. So, you know, we certainly pay tribute to them. They're part of the foundation of KISS, but they had their time and they get their just due. It's all in the book.
Yeah, the book definitely covers, you know, the entire evolution of the band, and it's quite interesting to see you know, how that transpires for 40 years.
By the way, recently, one or two times, actually at least twice, there was a rumor, somebody said something very stupid. It struck us like, what? Somebody actually asked us in Oslo, Norway, is it true you're quitting? How do I say this in French? Are you fucking kidding me? We are having the time of our lives. We may have one of the best records we've ever done, produced by Paul, by the way, called Monster. You say Monster, like the cheese. It's coming out shortly. We are thrilled to be playing for you for this very special, intimate show at the Forum tomorrow. And we look forward to starting the American tour. Motley Crue will be joining us, and we will be going around the world and showing all the little boys how the big boys do it.
Baby.
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 Hi, it's Matt from MetalGodsTV. With the huge disappointment of Sonosphere pulling the plug on this year's festival, are we going to see anything next year from KISS, do you think? Are you give anything away there, or?
There's talk of us doing some of the festivals, and You know, matter of fact, we were with Rod McSween a few nights ago, and you know, we're certainly open to it. It's a great way to do a show that you can't do in an arena. You know, usually when we do these outdoor shows, we declare a no-fly zone over it because of the artillery that we're letting off. So our plan is definitely to come back, you know, within the year to celebrate Monster, and you know, everything the band's done in the past is really the foundation of what we're doing today. This album, arguably, is not just a great Kiss album, it's a great rock album. It's a great classic rock album, and we're very proud of who we are today, and we like going out and showing people why we brag so much, because we're fucking good.
And to the lone critic out there who never got laid in school, which is why it's so fucking bitter, the review that I read, they make a complete spectacle out of themselves. You're fucking A-right, we do. Every night.
Hi guys, Paul Finn from KissingUK.com. Any surprises in the set list tomorrow?
We're going to debut Hell or Hallelujah, which is the new single, the radio track for Monster. So we'll be playing that, and you know, it belongs in the set. It has its rightful place, and we won't be waiting too long in the set to debut it because it stands up well with everything else. So it really is a classic Kiss show in the sense that it's not an arena. It's more like a rock and roll church. You know, when I was a youngster, I used to go to the Fillmore East in New York, and you would see bands play for 2,500 people. You know, on any given weekend, I'd see Led Zeppelin, Derek and the Dominoes, Humble Pie, Slade, the Allman Brothers, Cream. So it's almost a reverting back to that. You know, it's about rock and roll, and tomorrow night is about rock and roll for a great cause. And anybody here who isn't aware of Help for Heroes, those are the people who make it possible for all of us to be here. And we have organizations like that in America, and they need your support. They support you. They're the ones who are guarding you and making your freedom what it is. So give them what they deserve. They are the heroes.
My name is Tanya. I was going to say, given all the amazing dreams that you've already fulfilled, which many of us aspire to, what is there still left for you to achieve? What are your goals in the next 2 or 3 years? What's the big dream?
Christianity.
I'd say just for us to keep doing what we're doing. I mean, we're in a great place right now. This band's never, you know, I sound biased, but the band's never been stronger. You know, if you come see us live tomorrow, you'll see what I'm talking about. But, you know, we got no complaints, and we're just, you know, we're all honored to be here and be doing what we're doing and on this level. So, you know, no complaints here, and we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
Hi, I'm Stephen. Question for you, a bit of a sentimental question, because you guys are known for being tough. Do you get kind of nostalgic when you look at the pictures in the book, going back through the past?
Well, you know, it's nice to be nostalgic and still love what you're doing today. It's sad when you think of those as the good old days. You know, we're in the midst of the most amazing ride, and it's the last 40 years. So there's nothing wistful about looking at it, but it's you know, we're damn thankful that we've been accepted the way we have, and we've kept doing what we like doing and what we love doing. So sentimental, proud.
By the way, in case you're getting mixed messages from us, we're very clear about it. When it comes to our confidence and our admiration for our hard work ethic and what we do, we're unabashed and unapologetic. We're great. We're legends. We are the legends that walk the face of the earth. But when we talk about our fans and the privilege, not the birthright, of getting up on stage and being allowed to do that, we're forever grateful, and we'll always be humble when it comes to that. So if some of you are saying, gee, they're talking out of both sides of their mouth, no. One is supreme confidence. The other is forever thankful.
True legends, Kiss everybody. Thank you.